Okay, folks, sorry. Let me see. This is Bathrobe Chronicles number 73, part 3. Just had a phone call. Uh, I rarely get phone calls. I might get one every 2 or 3 weeks. This was just a coworker calling to see how I was doing. This is I'm off for 7 days. This is the 6th of the 7 days. And she was just checking in to see what was going on, how I was doing, and so forth and so on. Anyway, I went back through the tape, and I think I can sort of, let me see. I think I was talking about that I had comments with approval only, and my reasoning is that I remember one particular time, as I said, I don't hang out on YouTube a lot, or at least I haven't until recently, but I remember I have an interest in playing the ukulele. Anyway, and I remember I went to a couple of ukulele sites, uh, and there was this young lady who had this absolutely terrific video. She had spent a lot of time, not only the plunking away, but the way she had the video. I mean, it showed her out like on a country road. It showed her in a town and the ukulele was up on this statue. And she spent a lot of time on this thing. And she was just a cute little girl, plunking away, having a hell of a time. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And some moron left this horrible comment. And this was a delightful young lady. And I thought, screw this. I'm not going to leave myself open to that. Anyway, so that's why I have the approval thing. Now, there's been only one that I haven't approved, so to speak. And as far as I'm concerned, if someone says, hey, you're full of crap, and here's why, okay, the onus is on me. I need to allow that if the person is making a point. In other words, if I say something and someone else refutes it and has some evidence, or whatever term you want to use, okay, then it's on me. I screwed up and I'm wrong, and that's it. You suffer the consequences, so to speak, which is someone calling attention to it. Uh, of course, I haven't had many comments anyway until recently when the Crab Man, put me out there, so to speak. But there's only one that I actually just knocked off and did not allow. And I did a segment on Suzanne Summers in her latest book on cancer. And, well, anyway, the whole... basically, her book was a bunch of baloney, in my opinion, obviously. And she had a bunch of stuff in there that it just was bogus. She had these so-called doctors who are on the cutting edge, and people don't understand them all. Yeah, they don't understand it because they're fucking quacks, and the stuff they're preaching, so to speak, is bogus. But anyway, so I had a sort of a review of her book. It was a two-part thing, and one guy said, "You know nothing." Now, I had mentioned, which I often do in a lot of these segments, that I don't claim to know a whole lot, and I readily admit I have no medical training. I've never had a class in biology or physiology or physics. Did I say biology? Oh, whatever. I've had no science classes, and I readily admit that. But hey, gosh, Suzanne Summers, you don't need a whole lot of science, to see what she's up to. That's the only one I've really knocked off and haven't allowed. Now, I did have a fellow, interestingly, on excuse me. I've done several segments on the ADE 651. In fact, out of all my videos, the ADE 651 I think is the one that's had the most views, which is well over 200. And for those of you who don't know, that's that bogus bomb detecting device. Basically what it is a plastic box with an antenna sticking out of it. This is the gizmo that the Iraqi people, the government, has paid, like, I think $80-some million for. And the person selling these things, who was in the United States, moved to Britain, was just arrested, I guess, a few weeks ago because of this thing. And, basically it's dowsing. I'm sure you guys know what that is. I remember back in the olden days, the people would go around with their willow sticks or whatever to find oil or water or whatever. Anyway, I had, as I said, I had several segments on that. And one fellow said that, excuse me, his response was that that I'm narrow in my opinions or something like that, and that I'm cocky, implying like I'm a know-it-all, and so forth and so on. He further said that mining companies get better results when they use dowsing along with geological surveys and so forth and so on. And folks, that ain't true. Come on. I mean, as I said, I have no science, I have none of that stuff, but come on, dowsing, anyway, and that was kind of a negative comment. That's okay. I actually went to his website, and well, let me come right back. I'll be right back.